Welcome to Lee's Place, Lucian.
Hello, thanks for having me, Lee. Thank you.
Oh, no, you're so creative. Every time I see you, you have the sun. You bring out the sun. I love that.
Yeah,
The
that's it.
energy.
Well, with the moon and the sun, it's all Lucian means the man of light. Did you know that? So,
I didn't know that. I didn't know
yeah,
that. A man
yeah,
of.
yeah,
Why did you
yeah.
change from your original name?
My original name. Do you know what, Lee? I was actually sat on this sofa right now.
Yeah.
I've just been in my studio because my friends, we're working on music as we speak at the minute, a new song. But I was sat on the sofa one day and I just wanted to rebrand for a while because I don't know if I think you know, but I was on the X Factor.
Yeah, you told
Um,
me. You told me. Yeah.
yeah, and I had a lot of, I don't know, there's just too much association with that, and I just wanted to. When I was younger, I used to always have an artist name,
Mhm.
and it took me about 2 years to kind of come up with something that I felt was like, a good, solid brand name.
Mm.
But I was sitting right here, not on my phone, not watching the TV, and honestly, it was in my subconscious, but the name Lucian just come to my head.
Mm.
And I was
Mm.
like, Lucian. I was like, this is maybe this is the name. And then I read up what it meant, and it's French for man of light, and
And I'm
that's how
like,
we got here. So I just thought I kept saying my music is like more dark, like the dark chords and all that. But however, I make music to work to kind of different emotions. And I thought
mm.
this is perfect because you got the light and the dark with the Lucian, and then the moon and yin and yang. And
Right. Yes. Yeah. There's
I
a lot
just
of that.
thought, yeah, I just thought
I
that was
like
it.
that. That's a great title for a track. Man of Light. I remember the Jacksons had a track called Man of War. Don't go to war
Ah,
no more. Steady peace. Why don't you? Was it Take a Hand? Something like that. But Man of Light
yeah,
is a very good title. Very
that is
good.
actually a great title. Yeah, and there we go. We're gonna have to write a song now.
There you go. I'm up
Yeah,
for album
let's
next year.
go.
There you
Let's
go.
go.
So listen, I want to get into some of those that do not know you, because there's an exchange of fans and people who just getting into you, and of course
Yeah,
you've been on you've supported us before. You've been on a show with us before, which was
yeah, at the Jam House.
it was the Jam House. That was it.
That's
That's
it.
it.
Yeah, it was a great night.
So you got double this time in Isha. It's lovely down there.
I know. I can't wait. Honestly, it's going to be. I know it's going to be a great show. I've seen Isha Theatre as well. It looks really, really nice, and
Yeah,
it's like a
yeah.
good number. It's kind of like, it's not so intimate, but it's like 300. I think it's like 300 capacity, isn't it? So
Yeah, yeah. It's actually I'm a patron for the theatre there. So
really,
it's a friend of mine owns it. So it's a
wow,
place that if you wanted to come and do your own show or something like that.
yeah,
And I did a musical there last year called
wow,
oh my goodness, my brain is gone. Anyway, I did the musical there last year. It was really cool.
yeah,
Um, and it's a place where if you want to experiment and do something,
yeah,
it's got the right stage to do it and stuff like that. So
yeah. It
it's
does
nice
look
having
great.
yeah,
Definitely, I can't
right.
wait. I'm look. It's gonna be. They're gonna be great nights. Obviously, the whole flashback tour is gonna be amazing. So
I know. I mean, goodness great. I haven't toured it for a while, so it's going to be something interesting for me because I'm reaching out to new audiences, the
yeah,
older audiences, and people who've actually been. They cherry pick kind of the music they like that I've done. So come with like
yes,
Gorillas or with Placide Bertrand or whomever. The new album with Bill Sharps and things like that. So.
I know. That's doing
But
really
yeah,
well.
tell me. Yeah, it
Congratulations.
is. It is. It is. We had number one soul record. So.
Come on, congrats.
So tell me about you now. I mean, give
Yeah.
me a journey. When did it all start for you?
So it all started singing in my bedroom when I was 9 years old, listening to Craig David's first album, Born to Do It.
Okay.
So that my mum got me the album. I didn't quite know who Craig David was, but my mum was heavily into like her music and listened to like Gabrielle and listened to Imagination and and Craig David, and she got me the album, and I was like, just started singing along into my CD player remote in
Mm.
my room, sneakily, like didn't want anyone to know, and I just developed like the love from there, and I did go to a bit of stage school for a bit, but then
Oh, where did you
I
go?
it's in Northampton. It's called Chaplin's,
Hmm.
but it was quite a really well-known stage school. But I'll be honest with you, Lee, I didn't last too long because being in school as well, hanging out with all the lads and trying to be, a lad, I realised I was the only guy in the class, and it was all girls, and that wasn't cool, So I unfortunately left and went and played football, but they really put up a fight. They didn't want me to leave. They were like, "No, you're gonna be like, you're really good. Like, you should stay. Like, you really should stay." And I was just like, "No, I'm not. I was all girls though. There's no boys." Like, and
you wanted to be a footballer.
it was just what was cool when you're like 10, 11 years old, But I always had it in my heart to want to sing, and then I got to like the age of 15, 16 at school, and I actually started off, so grime music. I actually started off as a grime artist, so rapping.
Oh wow!
But when it first was around, so when you had your Wileys, your Skeptors, and all of that, like the first time round when they all were like trying to create this scene, and they did. And obviously, fast forward to today, it's like it came back, and it's really here to stay with your Stormzy's and all of that. But I was there from the beginning, and I was like rapping to start with, and then I started singing like choruses on the songs. But so I was like, cool. I was the guy who sing the chorus and rap a verse, and we supported like N-Dubs, and we supported Skepta, and all these different people, and then I eventually just knocked the rapping on the head when I got to about 18, 19, and I got a proper job, working in a bank, and music took a backseat again. And then I just met this guy one day come into the bank, and he was playing the piano, and then he showed me my love for music again. And so from I'd say from like the age of 21, 22 is where I really kind of started recording music properly and writing. So it's been, I've done my 10 years now of like just going through the ropes, understanding who I am, understand what genres I like doing, and then I when I was 24, got approached to go in the X Factor. They scouted me from like music videos they found online. That opened up this whole new world, because then I got this 15 minutes of fame that got me all these followers and got me all this attention, and it was great. But then I was like, okay, I need to be serious about like what now really. What is it I want to portray to people, and like I still had those influences, the early Craig David R&B tones and the Usher tones, and then then Lucien Moon was born, and I feel like I've really like kind of come into this is me, this is it.
Right. Yes, you. I mean, when you did the X Factor, for example, going out to millions of people. What's the difference between, for example, were there people that were disappointed that you weren't your old self, like your music? Because obviously when you were on there, you were doing something different to what you're doing now. So there must be people saying, especially on Instagram or something like that, they're saying, whatever happened to that guy?
I think beforehand, because I was kind of just like trial and error in sort of types of songs, I think people like were just like open to it all, which is great. So then when the X Factor came, it was like, cool, this kind of got me all this new audience who, I was fighting to try and get, organically and naturally as an unsigned artist. And you know what it's like, you've not got a label backing you. So I got all this new attention, and that's why I was like, I didn't know what to do with it, in a sense of just like, am I happy with going out as as Jamie Benkert, which is my real name, and just what is Jamie Benkert portraying? Like, is it because I have this artist within me? And let's be honest, like with an artist, you create a stage name, and you create create this kind of person that you want to be, and like through the art, and like a lot of big artists have, it's rare that like people kind of get to go out as their own name, because they create this kind of their own world, like The Weeknd, for example, these artists that I look at nowadays. And but I think the biggest change was when I changed my name to Lucien Moon. The day I did it was New Year's Day on 2020. I just everything overnight changed. You know, all my social handles changed from Jamie Benkert to Lucien Moon and Spotify, everything. Like I did a big, like, you know, operation on it. And I noticed actually within the probably first couple of hours, I lost like 500 followers. Do you know what I mean? Just like, I was like, no, like, because people probably thought, what's going on? Is an account been hacked or what's going on? And I didn't want to like explain too much, like why. I just wanted people to trust the process of like, you know, I'm an artist and you things do happen, things do change. You take different courses and yeah. And I feel like now, I'll be honest with you, Lee, like since I've become Lucien Moon, I've got the most kind of respect or like more attention from like other people within the industry, and it's actually like opened doors to new relationships and stuff, because I think people have seen that, okay, this guy knows what he wants to do, he knows how to portray himself. I can see clearly and hear clearly that he's got a identity.
You've gone beyond just being a TV person and
and not associated to, and that's the thing as well, because the thing is, when you typed in my name on Google, like Jamie Benkert, it would all just be X Factor related and another guy off a TV show, and it was I've been doing it since I was 9 in my room, like, do you know what I mean? And, I'm not just, because the TV show portrays it like I just sang in the shower one day and now I'm on this TV show, like, you know, I just realized, and it's like, as we know, Lee, like you've been doing it for such a long time, you understand as well, but it makes me laugh. It's funny like how people perceive it, because there's a random example, but you know, when Kanye West and Rihanna did that 4 or 5 seconds track with Paul McCartney, and when that came out, there were so many people that were like, oh, it's so good that these Kanye and Rihanna are giving this guy a chance to like make it in the industry. It's like, this guy's been around.
I know.
This guy,
he
influenced them.
Don't know enough about a lot of history these days is buried. So it's important that we have to keep the as I say, keep the train moving. So people need to know. For me, I always say to, you know, I've got 2 godchildren. I was with them yesterday. They're called Altigo, and they're huge on TikTok.
Right, wow.
They're really pumping it out. They're twins, and they're 25, but they look like 10, you know, the way they look.
Oh, wow.
But they're really, you know, and we talk about the business. One of them is more business, and the other one's more, you know, when something's wrong, then he jumps in, you know. So understanding the business and understanding the history of the business, which is very important. To understand, you know, who came before you, where it all started, and how it's evolving and coming about around all the time, you know. And
exactly.
So, like, also, you know, where it comes to like in your roots. I mean, whether your like your background, your parents, where they all come from, what's the roots of that?
Yeah, so my dad's from Dominica.
Okay.
And then my mum's from Ireland.
Dominican Republic.
Dominican Republic. Yeah, and then so he's from there, and then my mum's from Ireland. So yeah, got like a kind of a bit of a mix going on there, but they're both, neither of them are like have a musical background as such. But you know, that, which is not a problem. But there are kind of people kind of in our timeline that did, you know, have done music, and you know, so there's always, that's the thing about, like, it's sad sometimes when you think like, you know, generations like that, someone like, say, who's born like in this era isn't aware of someone from like, you know, 1950s in their family line that was actually was an amazing singer, or, you know, amazing good instrument, like a musician or whatever they did. And it's like, it's a sad that sometimes you lose that kind of understanding of someone who, like, you know, was like fighting for something themselves, you know, to be great in their field. And so it's good to understand the history, like you said, where it comes from, how it's now presented today.
I mean, I see you out there a lot on social media. You're always, you know, you find a way to get yourself out there, which I think is really good. You know, I give you, you know, your flowers for that, because it's not easy out there, as you know. It's not easy at all, especially, you know, where different backgrounds come from and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you have to really create your own platform, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Factor. I mean, how do you think it was when you first started till now?
In what sort of way would you say, like?
Just becoming an artist today's
oh
artist.
to be becoming an artist today, I think right now, it's obviously we've got the whole social media platform. It's so easy now to be able to take a song from your mind and get out into the public. Like you can do it within a couple of days in theory. You know, you can. Everyone's got a studio at their house these days. Like, you know, then you can go and upload it on a distributor, get it out there, and kind of see what happens. But the only thing with that is the industry is probably more saturated than it ever has been. And then everything is focused around kind of how good you are on social media, like how good you are on TikToks, and it's not a negative. It's just that if you're not that way inclined, like there are a lot of music artists or musicians that I know that they're not that sort of, you know, they're not really into the techie world. They're just all about the music. Do you know what I mean? And then like they can become kind of like not as relevant now because it's like, say if you are trying to get signed to a record label, it's just facts. Like record labels, how many followers have you got and how active are you online? You could be the most amazing vocalist and the most amazing, you know, musician, but if you aren't cutting it in that field, I feel like they're not that, people aren't taking, they feel like they don't take you seriously. That's my view on it personally. I think like, it's like, what, you've only got 300 followers and you're, you know, like all of this sort of stuff. And it's like, but if you put them in a room on a stage, you'd be like, wow, who is this guy? Or girl, you know? And I think that's the only, so to answer your question, like, I just think that, I think it's the same as when it was like, I think music and everything around it has always been the same, just been different hurdles. Like before, to be able to like go in a studio, like go to like Abbey Road Studios or something like that, and you know, that was like a privilege. That was like, what, you could actually go and record your song, like, you know, like that was amazing. Now that's just took for granted, kind of like anyone can do it. It's cheap to get the equipment. It's good technology now, and it's just, for me, it always comes back to how good is the song at the end of the day. And music and like, you know, lyrics and melody are always king.
That's it. You know, I'm someone that's always into harmony. So for me, if there's no harmony, I can't do the song, you know.
Exactly.
It could be in the chords, it could be in the arrangement, you know. I hear strings, I hear horns, it could be a synth line or whatever, but you know, it's got to have that thing that stays with you forever, you know.
That's exactly, and that's to be timeless, can't it? So
that's the thing, you know. And do you think music brings people together?
Oh, without a doubt, 100%. And I think that's what I like. I'm someone who doesn't like to be boxed in a genre. I like to have my identity on all of my music, but I like to make songs that especially bring people together. But I also like to make the songs as well that someone, if they're going through a bad time, you know, and they want to, you know, just have that driving song. You know, it's just them, the car, the music, and it's like a song they want to cry to or something like that. And I think. So it's really, music does bring people together, whether it's just you and the music or it's you and other people and the music. Like music is just such a therapy, you know?
Well, I see you on Insta and you're in these wonderful locations and you're singing. I'm thinking, how's he doing that? You know? What's the trick? Because you're singing these great songs. I'm thinking, are you in Miami? Are you in the Bahamas?
Well, because I was in Thailand. I knew I was going to Thailand at the start of this year, and I just thought I've got to, because I'm you know, independent artist. I'm the manager. I'm the you know, I'm everything. Do you know what I mean? I'm the songwriter. I have to think about everything. And thankfully, like from working in that bank when I was younger, that gave me the business mind, like as well, and like I'm a qualified mortgage advisor as well.
Very good. Very good.
But because I have those, but because I have that, like I feel like it gives me that edge, and I'm grateful that I had these experiences. Because going away on holiday, probably some people would just think I'm going away on holiday, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna take my mic, I'm gonna take all this stuff, and I'm gonna be in beautiful locations, and I'm gonna, you know, use that because of today's world where you've got to look cool and be on TikTok and have reels. So if I'm singing on a beach, like some beautiful island, people, their perception as well is like, okay, this guy, like, yeah, who is this guy? Like, he's, you know, and that's
good.
what
It's very
bakes
good.
bakes people in, and then
Yeah.
it's like have the music to back it up, and then you know people will be like, wow, he's actually got good music as well as like
Mm.
the content's good too. So
What's the different ideas? Because you were doing something with Teddy, what's his name?
oh, the
Teddy.
Teddy Swims.
Yeah. You were
Yeah,
doing,
yeah, yeah. So like he did the open verse thing. I did the open verse, and that got a good response,
yeah.
which was good. And
I'm
yeah, like
checking
so
you out. I'm checking
you
you out.
are. I'm like, oh, you've done your research,
I'm
Lee.
checking you out. I'm checking, seeing what's going on there.
Thank you.
What, tell me for the Flashback Tour and the
Yeah,
Flashback performances, what are we going to expect from Lucien Moon?
yeah. So you're gonna go through a journey, and that's what I like to do with my shows. Take people through a journey. So you know we are gonna be bringing people together with the music, but we're gonna have like there are gonna be some more like moody sort of track, like deep chords, like really hitting hard, like ballad sort of tracks. And we're going to take you through a bit of a journey without giving it all away, but then to a
Mm.
point, you know, where it's like you're by the end of it, I'd like to. I'm setting it up ready for your show because your show is all about high energy, the fun, excitement, and so I'm going to then take it to that point where my last couple of songs are going to be getting everybody ready for right. Where's Leee John now? We want, you know, like Lucien Moon's got us to this. We want to party and celebrate.
That's just about.
So yeah, like getting people warmed up, loosening them up with a couple of like maybe the ballads, and then bringing the pace up, and then ready to
Excellent.
celebrate with you.
There's a lot of musicians, a lot of people in Isha. There's a hell of a lot of footballers. There's
Yeah.
a lot of people going to be coming down. There's even today,
Wow.
rang and said, "I'm coming. They're bringing this one and that one." So it's a very. You think, oh, Isha, sorry, oh, but
Sorry,
just
yeah.
surprised. Every time I've done something there's a lot of show business people that they normally go into town and they'll come there.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah,
Wow. Yeah, and if they see if it's your show, of course they're going to be like, oh, if they haven't got the tickets, they need to get their tickets now.
but they're gonna be everybody's gonna be seeing you with this, so
Yeah.
they'll be coming
Yeah.
to see you too. So that's what's
Come
about.
on.
So tell me,
100%.
what has motivated you? What keeps you motivated?
What keeps me motivated? The core love for music. I'll be honest with you. Like it's just in my blood. I mean, when it's in your blood, it's kind of it doesn't take much to motivate me to want to be around music, doing music. But like I'm always wanting to write songs. I'm always listening to music. I obviously get inspired by other artists. Like a recent like Justin Timberlake, for example, has just released his new album. I've been listening to that, and I'm like, that's been inspiring me. Now I'm like, right, I need to get more stuff. So people around me, like as well as just my natural love for music. That's what's always stayed the same. Like I've never found it hard to like want to do music or love music. So I'd say just my passion really for it. Yeah.
Well, I've got a few things I'm going to ask, and I'm going to put them into like three things. One is the diversity in music. There's some of that going on. Also, what everybody's talking about, AI.
Oh yeah.
I've been asked that question myself. What do you think about AI and the future of AI and the future of the music industry with that situation?
I know.
What's your comments? What do you feel?
Yeah, I feel like because obviously there's been things that have gone around, like AI has created a Drake song, like out of nowhere. And it's like I personally feel like music will always win being made by human beings. Like you just can't be picking up an instrument, a guitar or bass, or playing the keys and blood, sweat and tears on the stage. Like I know that there's all these ideas of AI like creating robots that people are going to go and watch and stuff like that.
Show.
Yeah. Oh, what was that? The ABBA show?
Yeah, what's it called? I can't remember the name of it. You can go down and see a complete ABBA concert now.
Can you? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, you didn't know? It's all AI.
No.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
It's in London. Yeah.
Oh wow. Have you seen it?
I want to go and see it because people are saying it's amazing, and
wow.
and it's I think they have people behind it. I don't know, but it's all AI. It's all AI. They've done
Wow.
with Whitney, and I know they did one with Frank Sinatra on some other scenarios.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
When it's like that, I think that's fine. I think like if it's a revival, like, you know, doing a Michael Jackson one or Whitney or something like that. I think
they are. I think
that's,
they're going to do a Michael Jackson one.
I wouldn't be surprised. And like in that's got its place, because that's amazing, you know, like to be able to do it, 'cause especially like, you know, because of these people out here now. But I think like, AI, it just needs to be then put a lid on it. So there's got to be a level where it's like, you know, don't like
Prince. Bring back Prince.
Bring back Prince. Yeah, exactly. Like if they can do an AI show for Prince, I mean, gosh, I'd go to that. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I saw Prince's last shows.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. I saw about 2 or 3 of them. It's incredible because every show was different. Which I liked. The show he did a few songs we all know, but he didn't always do the same songs every night. So, you know.
I bet I was amazed. I was your lucky guy to see that then.
Yeah, and that's what Michael wanted to do as well. He wanted to do that just before he.
That would have been so good.
So those kind of things probably for AI, but I saw this one last week, and they've used her image to do something in AI, so she can't turn up.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. No, I just think they just need to like remember, you know, that music comes from like the soul, and you know, AI doesn't have a soul. Do you know what I mean? It's you know, and that's just hope they never try and take that away from music and people.
Yeah, it's diverse, but it's where is it going to take us for the future? That's the thing.
I know. Yeah, if it can work in harmony and like there's some benefits to it, great. Like, cool. But yeah, otherwise, I just think you just need to kind of just you know, keep it to, this should be just filtered, you know, to a certain level, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to somebody today about that, and I said, you know, I want to hear real bass, I want to hear a guitar,
exactly,
hear keyboards. I want, as you said, you know, the blood and the sweat. You want to see that, you know, as opposed to just very, very monotone and
just too stringent, like kind of just robotic. Well, basically robotic. No, like. And even like, you know, when you have like, you're very good at like doing crowd interaction and stuff like that, and I don't see how that can ever really be replicated, you know. Like if you're having a moment with a certain fan or something and you're having that little laugh and stuff like that, and that's part of the whole live sort of element of music, isn't it?
The interaction with the audience to me is very important.
And you do that very well, so
and you know, I had to do a show where I couldn't use all my musicians and drummer, and you know, I like to all of a sudden break out into something else. That's
exactly.
That's how I roll. So it was like, and these guys didn't like the fact that I was going somewhere else, because I think every audience is different.
Yeah, of course they are.
You know, so the thing about it is, because we have a set we have to do, but then all of a sudden I think, bring it down. I want to go into something else, you know. And then back up into something, you know, and then we'll come back. And let's go back and then bring back the you know, we can do that.
That's right.
Guys are very like,
no, see, I'm like that with my band. Like I have, we do run to like track, you know, where it's kind of like pro, but then also I have it where my MD knows me, and he knows that if the crowd are feeling something, I don't want to just stop there. Why stop? Like, you know, if someone's like, carry it on, get the guitarist on the solo, like, you know, do extend the track. Like, you know, I don't like it to be just that's what it is and we can't touch it, like with music, because that's not how, like when I do like private events, like I sing at like corporate events, or I do weddings and stuff too, and you know, that's the beauty of like having people there, and if they're feeling a certain way to a certain song, like, why stop that just because that's how it was originally made? It's like, let's you know, sometimes we do a 3-minute song, it ends up being a 10-minute song.
That's it. You know? I'm very much like that, you know. Songs, you know, I mean, you've got a time limit and everything that, you know, when you're on stage.
Of course.
So for me, it's always about the audience, and I think it's the same with you, you know.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right.
But that's the thing I think about, you know, performing live. It's really bringing what I call harmony to the audience.
Yes. You know, you're right.
The unification of music with people, you know, that's the thing. And I saw that especially with you when you were, as I said, on these wonderful locations. And I thought, wow, that is really cool. I love that, you know, and it made me
Yeah.
feel good, you know, it was a really good
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. And like I'm doing that a lot more. Like I'm actually going to Sweden next month. Staying in a beautiful, like in a beautiful woodland area, like just in a log cabin. I'm taking my microphone, taking my speakers, and I'm going for a week. I'm doing my own like writing camp.
Okay.
In the middle of the woods in Sweden. Like my friend's got a place, and he said, "Look, you can have it for the week." And I just want to get creative with writing new songs, but like I want inspiration. He's like, you know, you go out and you're 15 minutes from the Norway border, and so you're gonna see next monthly lots more like cool visuals, because I'm gonna be now like, you know, singing by a, you know, big waterfall or the cliffs or in the woods.
I'm looking forward to it. And tell me, so you're gonna have some new product when?
So I've got some new. So I've got I've got my home studio here. So we're currently working on my next single as we speak right now. So and it's all from April. I've got and we're also working on a project that's coming out. So where I'm from in Northampton, there's a lot of amazing artists who are all doing really well in their own light. But what we don't have in Northampton is a lot of unity. So people they know of each other, but they don't really work together. They're kind of a bit like, it's kind of a little bit and everybody admits this, like just tunnel vision with I'm just staying in my lane, and I don't think that's right with music. I feel like, especially if you're in a certain area, you should be kind of connecting with people and like kind of elevating each other. So I've got this project. It's people don't really know about it. This is an exclusive, but I'm working with 10 different artists from Northampton. They've all come from different genres: Afrobeat, rappers, you know, R&B artists, indie. And I'm putting together a project where they're all featuring on songs with me. So that's going to come out start of April, and then I'm going to release my first single of the year, kind of give it like a 3-week window, then boom, go with that. But before that, get all like support from BBC Radio, which we always do. You know, all the other artists are going to be sharing it, and it's like Lucien Moon name is going to be then coming out very present, because I'll be also then going to all the different artists, demographic fans, and you know, people, you know, and then boom, and then I've got like 5 singles ready to go, but then also going to be releasing an EP, and there's a lot of music coming this year, Lee.
Good. I believe in that. You know, I believe in, you know, that's one thing I've been doing over the last, how many years now, working with different people. It was great seeing you here, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you on the Flashback Tour, seeing you at the Usher Theatre, May the 3rd and 4th at the Surrey Usher Theatre. That's it. My brains for these dates. I've got so many dates going on. Like,
I know you're a busy guy. Oh
my gosh. But it's going to be really good. I'm always looking forward to seeing you out there performing. So we applaud you.
Thank you very much. And thank you for having me on it, Lee. It's an honor, and we're going to do you justice. I can't wait to see all your beautiful fans, and just to put on two great nights of music. We're going on tour. Let's go.
There you go. See you then. All right.
See you there, Lee. Thank you so much.
Take care. God bless.
Take care. Bye.
Say hi to your mum.
I will do. Yeah, she'll love that. Yeah, thank you.